We go live to Fox 2's Sean Conroy near Carondelet Park in South St. Louis. Sean?
Yeah, Dan, scenes like this all over St. Louis. Take a look. This is on Loughborough. Look how big this tree is. Absolutely toppled by the wind last night. As I count here, 1, 2, 3. Hold on here, folks, if you don't mind. 3 cars. Oh, did I forget to mention the swarm of bees?
Bees everywhere. It's crazy.
As if a massive maple crushing 3 cars wasn't enough of a surprise.
That's the last thing we expected to see was a swarm of bees.
These are just the workers.
Inside the tree, a hive of bees and hundreds of honeycombs.
Here you go.
I think she's a little crazy because I wouldn't do that.
This is so good.
There's bees over there.
Not to mention the demolished Dodge beneath them. Oh, can't forget about the Mazda and the Saturn as well.
Oh, yeah. They're just mushed.
Mushed and mangled by a once towering tree.
But look how solid that trunk was. The trunk was so solid. That tree's got to be 80 years old.
Probably 100, 150 years old.
It was there when I came home from the hospital when I was born, so.
Yeah, so at least how old?
Oh, at least 11.
I was going to try and cut the ring.
But you'd likely lose track.
Oh, it's unreal.
Betty Dilthy's just one of the dozens of gawkers that have wandered up and down Loughborough.
The people come by and they're just like in awe, so it's not something you see every day on Loughborough, that's for sure.
In Pagedale, there's a different sort of buzz.
There was no snap, there was no crack, there was just a tree falling.
And falling right onto Mon Watkins' car. Totally smashed?
I was thinking to make a nice convertible, though.
He's lucky he can laugh about it. It came inches from making this anything but a laughing matter.
My brother was getting out of this van here. They were truly blessed to have made it out of here with just minor injuries.
Just they're so blessed. That's just material.
Exactly.
Material can be replaced.
Replaced indeed, but at quite a cost for some of these drivers. Some of them did not have full coverage on their cars. Now, as far as the cleanup, now City Forestry Department took care of the trees across the street. They have a long list of stuff to do. As far as these that may be responsible for the neighbors around here, that cleanup including, yep, maybe even getting rid of those bees.
It's an age-old rite of spring, as sure as the blossom of the apple tree. Only this year, fear is in bloom. Apis mellifera, the western honeybee, is disappearing.
It's very unsettling. It's very disturbing.
I lost about maybe 170, 80, which is big loss for me anyway, you know.
Beekeeper Steve Binyus talking about his bee colonies. More than 1 million bees flying away, never coming back.
This is the brood here, the brood area. 2/3 of them were, disappeared. There are no bees in the beehive, and that was it. And I had to start almost from zero again. But when you lose more than half, it's disaster.
And Binyus bees, the pollen they collect in their legs, turn flowers into peaches and apples at Eckert's Orchard in Belleville.
It's a real potential problem. Bees are our friends, and we really depend on them to have high quality production, and we're obviously concerned about this disorder that's affecting them.
CCD is the acronym Colony Collapse Disorder. Bees are failing to return to the colony because they basically can't remember how to get back.
Researchers at the University of Illinois are among those now studying why, before there are no more bees to study. The losses are staggering. Beekeepers in Missouri and Illinois just joining those in 27 other states, now reporting the disappearance of more than 25% of the 2.4 million honeybee colonies in the U.S.
I don't think we have decades, and nobody has ever invented anything better for pollinating plants than the honeybee.
The effort to save the honeybee is as much about protecting our way of life as it is the bees.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll show you what I mean. Without the bees, your Big Mac would be nothing more than the bun.
No all beef patties because beef cattle depend on clover and alfalfa, which are pollinated by honeybees. No lettuce, no cheese, no pickles, no onions, no sesame seeds on the bun. There'd be a bun. Almonds, pumpkins, melons, cranberries, blueberries, peaches. The list goes on and on.
At least 90 crops upon which people depend.
Not bad for something this big.
The recent descrambling of the honeybee genome is cause for hope. The U of I team is looking at the genes of the relatively few bees remaining in collapsed colonies for signs of stress from the mass disappearance of their nest mates.
It would be as if you woke up one morning and 80% of St. Louis was missing. You would be stressed out.
Those genetic stress markers will hopefully lead to the source of the stress, be it disease, poison, climate. Benu's now feeding bees he bought from Georgia, trying to rebuild his colonies. But with no solution to CCD, he knows there may soon be no more bees to buy.
Somehow we have to find a way, to make these losses not so big.
By 2035, there would be no commercial bee enterprise remaining in the United States. The thing that would be scary is people wouldn't realize how pervasive the effects would be, how far-reaching.
It's not something you'd expect to find in your backyard in Missouri, though, at all.
The Busk family has seen deer dart by, turkeys traveling through, even the occasional duck splash down. Wildlife, no stranger to these House Spring Hills, but none stranger than the wildlife they found in the drainage pond out back.
We found an alligator in our backyard.
What looks to be a juvenile American alligator.
Cody stepped right by it, and it darted into the water. And he just took off, and I thought it was a snake.
But a closer look by Cody and Devin revealed, another reptile.
They came running up saying, there's an alligator down here, and I thought they were messing with me, and I could tell, from the sound in their voice, they were being pretty sincere.
Yeah, they think we were just kidding.
I had to take a double take. It's an alligator, so.
Of course, common in the Sunshine State, crazy here in the Show Me State.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Few, if any, words for a wayward snapper in the backyard for Mom. Her boys have plenty to say.
He's sort of dangerous, but he's very cool.
Actually cold-blooded, that is, making Missouri's winters too harsh for alligators, which is why they aren't found in the wild, unless someone puts them there.
I think it might have been someone's pet.
I'm pretty sure he just got too big for somebody. They bought him as a pet. You can buy the little baby alligators, and then he got a lot bigger than they thought, he was going to get. And probably didn't have a big enough tank and just dumped him somewhere.
While he's found a home here, it won't be for long.
I don't really want him around.
Because while it's fascination now, it could end up being a problem later. So this gator will be going.
Yeah, I went from building a playhouse this weekend to the kids wanted me to build an alligator cage, but that's not going to happen. We're not keeping it, so.